Many changes occurred during the early 2000s. There were peaks and lows that changed the world forever.
Whether it be cultural changes, natural disasters, or economic advances and downfalls, new celebrity personalities were born while others died. Politics changed and planet Earth was the home of war.
Wicked. Under the category of political changes and war-related topics such as armed conflict, many events occurred. On September 11, 2001, Al-Qaeda ordered the hijacking of U.S. airplanes to terrorize thousands by crashing them into the World Trade Center. The Twin Towers collapsed and 3,000 were killed and more were injured. Though it brought terror to the world, thinking of where they might strike next, it brought everyone together in grief. On March 11, 2004, Al-Qaeda terrorized Madrid, Spain by setting off 10 bombs, killing almost 200 and injuring another 2,000. Al-Qaeda wanted to show their hatred for anyone who refused to obtain the same beliefs as them. On October 9, 2006, in Punggye-ri, North Korea, newly developed nuclear bombs were being tested, which was a good enough reason for the world, especially the United States and Europe, to be struck by fear. Luckily, the bombs were a failure, and they still haven't been able to find out how to correctly make one. On December 30, 2006, Saddam Hussein, leader of the terrorist organization Al-Qaeda, was killed in Iraq. Under President George W. Bush's command, the United States military successfully killed Hussein. A weight had been lifted off of the world as Al-Qaeda fell. On November 4, 2008, Barack Obama was elected president. Given that he was the first black president in the United States of America, some were excited, some were angry, and some were even confused as to why anyone cared about his skin color. The election of Obama paved paths for all ethnicities to achieve the success they deserved.
Stand up. I got broads in Atlanta. Twisting Goldwyn and the Fanda. Credit cards and the scanners.
Okay, let's move on to economic changes. On August 6, 2005, the Brazilian Central Bank was stripped by burglars. They drilled a tunnel into the bank's vault and disabled the alarms. The burglars stole a U.S. equivalent of $71.6 million. They were so stealthy that no one even knew about the incident until the bank opened the following Monday. The bank spokesman stated that the money was uninsured because the risk was too low for paying the insurance premiums. Only $20 million have been recovered after the supposed mastermind, Luis Fernando Ribeiro, was killed for ransom. In December of 2007, the largest economic recession since the Great Depression occurred. The U.S. economy was peaking. Lives were great. Everyone was buying new houses and new cars and other things that aren't considered necessities. When everyone was buying new houses, it confused economists. All of a sudden, they thought people would continue to buy new houses at the rate that they were, so they had hundreds of thousands of homes built, homes that would never sell. Just like that, everyone went bankrupt, and real estate values diminished. It was a complete disaster. 8.7 million people lost their jobs, and U.S. GDP shrunk by 5.1%, the highest since the Great Depression. In 2010, Sub-Saharan Africa's gross domestic product, also known as GDP, grew by 1.4%, with mining providing a staggering 0.6% alone. This helped provide Africans with shelters, electricity, food, clean water, and a better education in countries such as Angola, Ethiopia, Madagascar, Nigeria, and South Africa. On another note, people had a new level of addiction to celebrities in the early 2000s. In 2006, the beloved girl group Destiny's Child breaks up, letting millions of fans down. They said there were too many disagreements within the group, so they decided to split. The most important thing is that the Queen Bee was born, Beyoncé, who now has an estimated net worth of $450 million. That can buy you a lot of lemonade. In February of 2007, pop star Britney Spears has a major mental breakdown, which included shaving her head and smashing car windows with umbrellas. While it may sound silly now, it made people realize what fame is capable of doing to one's mental health. Paparazzi laws were also changed, which has restricted them from following celebrities inside stores and other private properties. On June 25th of 2009, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, dies in a Los Angeles hospital bed from cardiac arrest. Jackson influenced millions of lives and transformed pop music. He also influenced countless of well-known artists such as Madonna, Diana Ross, James Brown, Justin Bieber, and so many more. Celebrities aren't the only disasters that happened in the 2000s, as natural disasters killed hundreds of thousands around the globe. On December 26, 2004, there was a 9.3 earthquake in the Indian Ocean. It was the cause of multiple tsunamis that are responsible for 230,000 deaths. As turmoil struck countries bordering the Indian Ocean, the rest of the world helped raise $47 billion to help with damages and job losses. Shortly after the Indian Ocean earthquake, Hurricane Katrina destroyed the Gulf Coast. It killed around 1,836 people and injured thousands from August 23rd to 31st, 2005. It is the United States' deadliest hurricane since Hurricane Okeechobee in 1928. It is also the costliest, totaling $108 billion in damage. It especially affected New Orleans. To end this documentary on a positive note, the early 2000s brought magnificent cultural changes that have sculpted the world we live in today. Shrek the Third was released on May 18, 2007. What would life even be like without Shrek? Pause this video and think about it. It was the biggest money-making film of 2007 by racking up $322,719,944. This was a huge milestone for Paramount and DreamWorks. It was so popular that they made another Shrek movie in 2010 that made $238,371,987.
Enough, Reggie.
Throughout the 2000s, J.K. Rowling published the last 4 books in the Harry Potter series. The books were sold all over the world and were an automatic success. It sparked a new interest in wizardry, and people were buying robes and picking up tree branches just to be like their favorite character. It also led to the Harry Potter movies, which have peaked the charts by grossing $1 billion. The movies were also the first to gross $500 million in revenue on the opening day, not to brag or anything. To sum this documentary up, I think it's safe to say a lot happened to the world in the early 2000s. At the end of the day, whether it be cultural changes, natural disasters, celebrity breakdowns, economic downfalls, or war propaganda, we cannot change what has already been done. All the world can do now is try to learn from our mistakes and plan for the unpredictable.
Tell me what you see. Is it money or is it me?